All right, we are on the air. Welcome to the Hangout, Speed to Profit Marketing. We are, a few minutes late. Sorry about that. I was just on another Hangout before this, and it ran over just a minute, and frantically trying to get ready for this one. So thank you for watching now or watching later. Appreciate you being here. We're talking today about authenticity in marketing. Authenticity. We talked about why it's so important a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago actually, and then 2 weeks ago we talked about what it is. What is authenticity? So how come it's important and what it is, and today we're going to talk about how to do it. How can you do authenticity or authentically show up for your clients, your prospects, and so forth. So I'm going to share with you the things that I do and that work and that attract people to me and that powerfully create rapport, bonding between me and my ideal prospect. So before we get started, I want to just welcome you for thank you again for taking the time to watch this. I want to draw your attention to the fact that I think this is number 20 in the Speed to Profit Marketing Hangout series, somewhere in there, 19 or 20. And my goal in doing those is to give you, the entrepreneur, give you tools to create speed to profit for your client so that your client profits. Because as soon as your client profits, you will profit in your pocket. So it's speed to profit means two things. It's speed to profit for your client, quick solutions, quick actions, quick changes, and then speed to profit in your pocket, of course. So welcome to that. Today, I want to answer the question. The first important question for every webinar, hangout, event, or anything you do is why. So I want to answer the question why for you right now. Why are you here? Well, you are here to learn how to position your most expensive product or service in front of your ideal client. Now, I want you to go on a little journey with me in your mind for a sec. What would happen to your business if you were able to fill a room with perfect prospects? And then, on top of that, you had an hour to talk with them and could explain perfectly the benefits of your product or service. What would happen to your benefit? Or what benefit would that bring both to them and to you? Well, obviously, it would benefit their lives tremendously from being able to access your product or service, and it would benefit your business. You could make a lot of money. So that's why you're here, is to learn how to do that, because there are good ways and there are bad ways. There are right ways and there are wrong ways. There are fast ways and there are slow ways, and that's really the important thing. I'm not sure it's so critical about right and wrong ways to do stuff. If it doesn't work, it's the wrong way, and if it does work, it's the right way, as long as it's ethical, and I'm assuming all that because I don't live in that other realm. So my goal in Speed to Profit Marketing is to give you the tools and the systems to get your message in front of your ideal client fast so that you can solve their problems, make them happy, and get paid. That's why you're here. All right, perfect. Next. All right, so a couple of announcements. I am so excited. I have an event coming really quickly. I need to refocus the camera here. I have an event coming really quickly. There we go. In just a few days. So 12 days, a week from Monday, 2 weeks from the day before yesterday. Speed to Profit Marketing Intensive. That's our second one this year. It's going to be here at the Desert Retreat in Phoenix, which is where I'm broadcasting from live, the Desert Retreat. It is going to be powerful. It is going to be powerful. And if there is any need, any thought that you have that you need new tools, you need new methods, you need new processes to get your ideal message in front of your clients, then this is for you. If you're trying all of the marketing methods you know, if your business is not making the sales you want, and I guess the simple test is this: are you making the money that you want? Are you serving the number of clients that you want? And are your high-ticket products and services selling? If the answer to that is no, no, and no, or a shrug, or a look, you're looking at the floor, then this is for you, because this is what's working today. These are tested systems that are working today to get your ideal message in front of your client. So anyway, that's cool. If you want to find out more about that, speedtoprofitmarketing.com/event. speedtoprofitmarketing.com/event. All right, cool. So let's move on and let's do another announcement. Next week, on June 2nd, I'm starting a coaching group. Mondays at noon Pacific time, I'm going to start a Speed to Profit Marketing coaching group. If you're interested in that, get a hold of me. There's a couple of email addresses I will give you at the end of the broadcast. And there's also on the website, speedtoprofitmarketing.com, a 1-800 number, or I think it's 877. But anyway, it's a toll-free number that you can get a hold of me. So get a hold of me. Reach out to me on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook and send me a private message saying I'm interested in the coaching group. There's a toll-free number. There's several ways. But the easiest and fastest way for you to get a hold of me is to send me a private message on Facebook. I monitor it all the time. I see it all the time. And I will get with you right away on that. I see that there's a chat message. I think it's from staff. Yeah, the phone number is 1-877-585-3119. Sorry, I'm squinting. 1-877-585-3119 is the toll-free number to get a hold of me if you're interested in either the event or the coaching. Great. So now, that's starting next week, and I'm so excited. So that coaching group, like I said, is starting in June. On June the 2nd, it'll be every Monday. Of course, Monday, June 9th, the 9th, 10th, and 11th is the event, so the coaching will be different that day. I may do a hangout live from the coaching. I may do a hangout live from the event. We'll see how that works out. We'll see what happens. So, you know, I'm going to review really quickly what we've done up to now. I missed the slide. There's supposed to be a review slide in there. I missed it. But anyway, like I said, we've done 19 hangouts. 19 hours of content available for you free on the YouTube channel, Speed to Profit Marketing. My YouTube channel, Kellan Fluckiger, but it is under the playlist, Speed to Profit Marketing. And that won't be up there forever. I'm going to take it down and turn it into a course and, you know, it'll be available as a product. Right now, it's free. If you want it, download it. Learn those things. So anyway, the quick review is the first one talked about how to find clients. How do you find clients fast? How do you find the ones you want? And how do you get in front of your ideal avatar? After you find them, how do you build rapport with them? Okay, rapport is that elusive feeling of connectedness that makes us feel like there's something similar with people. And there's lots of ways to define rapport, but it's a real feeling. You know, some people engage with others. They'll have conversation. They'll talk. They'll even, you know, Facebook messages or G+ or whatever. And they may or may not feel some true affinity or true feeling. Rapport is the actual feeling. It is the feeling of connectedness. And there are three things. There might be more, but there are three main categories of things that help us to create rapport. One is shared experience. Now, a shared experience doesn't always mean you have rapport with someone. You may have both had a certain experience and interpreted it completely different. Someone may have suffered the death of a loved one. That's a shared experience. Someone may have been left really bitter and angry, and someone else may have a lot of faith in the afterlife and have a completely serene, feeling about that. So it doesn't have to. But a shared experience is often a way to begin to establish rapport. For example, if we both had a grumpy fourth grade teacher, all kinds of conversation, lexicon, dialogue can open up from that fun and funny circumstance now as an adult reflecting back. The second way we establish rapport is common goals. If we're both trying to, elect the same president or elect a new president or pass a law or fix our community or volunteer, again, there's a common lexicon and feeling that begins to establish a feeling of trust and community between us. The third one is a shared worldview. If we both have the same view about world events, about spirituality, about politics, about money, about the economy, about families, about God, again, those establish a platform for connectedness. Shared experience, shared goals, and shared worldview are often three ways to create rapport. And the question is, in a client relationship, rapport is key unless you're selling, bolts. And it doesn't take a lot of interaction. If you have any kind of a product or service where you have to either provide professional services or where you're providing coaching, attorney services, accounting, doesn't matter what it is, rapport is key. The third one was how to solve problems fast and get paid. Everything in our age happens fast. Digital universe is like quick. Everything is solved in the length of a TV episode. Download and double click fast. Well, creating relationships is also faster. Solving problems can be done fast, and the faster you solve your clients' problems, the more points you get. The fourth one was about how to create relationships fast. That doesn't cheapen relationships. Relationships take time, but more than just time, they take certain steps. You can meet someone and then not see them again for 5 years, and nothing will have happened in furthering the relationship. On the other hand, if you take certain steps in between, by the time you see each other 5 years, you're going to be best, BFFs, right? So it depends on the steps that you take. Our digital world has made it possible to take those steps much more quickly. The next two Hangouts were about HOA, Hangouts on Air specifically. We went over tips and applications, and then the advanced apps and secrets for HOA, Hangouts on Air. If you're not using this powerful tool that we're using today, you should be, and you should watch those two Hangouts to figure out how. The next two were about YouTube. YouTube Part 1, as you know, the Hangouts go directly to YouTube. And then YouTube Part 2. So we did a couple on YouTube. One of the cool things is that Hangouts keeps evolving. So right now you can start a private Hangout. You can start a Hangout that is not public, and that's great for coaching. I use that all the time. I create coaching Hangouts so that I can see my clients face-to-face. I can see their videos. We can interact about their performance and so forth. We can do it face-to-face, but nobody else can watch. In the beginning, Hangouts are all public. Hangouts on Air are all public. And then you have to do a bunch of quick dashes to make them private and to do things. Google has fixed all that, and that's exciting that they're taking that kind of care. The next three were about something called the money triangle. Now, I can't cover that here. The money triangle takes a day and a half in the event to cover. It's powerful stuff. It is powerful. If you use the money triangle right, people pour money on you. You connect the three corners. And it has to do with authenticity. It has to do with how you show up, how you relate to your clients, understanding their needs. And if you connect not one, not two, but all three corners of that money triangle, you're in. You're in. And the next thing we talked about was, business explosion. Oh, no, we didn't. The next one we talked about was actually high-ticket events. And I get a question all the time about, what is a high-ticket event? How do you create them? What's worth? My high-ticket price is $10,000 a day right now. I know clients that are, coaches whose single days are 35,000, 25, almost 5. So 10K a day is kind of average. My rates may go up, but that's what they are right now. But because of that, I get lots of questions about what in the world do you do in a day. So we had a hangout about why VIP days are important for you and why they're important for your clients, what it does to, create more value for your clients that you're working with. The second one we did on the VIP days is how to market and sell them. So that was also really interesting. And the next one we did after that was about business explosion. We talked about the key roles, speed, value, and service. Doing things quickly, quicker than your competitors, creating more value, and then creating a legacy and a relationship of service. We then talked about a fatal mistake. We had a hangout on, are you making this awesome fatal mistake in your marketing? And I devoted a whole hangout to one single mistake because it is so pervasive, it is so terrible, and so devastating. And I'm not going to go over that right now because it'll take too long. But you should watch that, because if you're making that mistake, you're going to destroy your business. Then we started talking about authenticity, and we have two on authenticity. The first is what it is. What is authenticity? And you'll have to watch the hangout to see, because, again, this is just a review. The second one, this is one 2 weeks ago, we're going to talk about in a little more detail. So why authenticity is important was 3 weeks ago. Last week was what is authenticity, right? Okay. So we're going to talk about what it is a little bit today, which is a review of last week, but it's going to be a good review. And then we're going to talk about exactly how to do it, how I do it, and how you can too. Obviously, everything I tell you, you should tweak and change to fit your circumstances. But here's what I talked about in how, what authenticity is. Well, first of all, authenticity is in your personal story. There is so much hype online, people saying that they've done things they haven't done, people bragging in ways that are not fair, people creating the impression that they've made millions of dollars when really they're broke. You know, those kinds of things are inauthentic. Those things are not true, and they are not right to use in marketing if it's not true. So authenticity has to do with truth in your story. It has to do with truth in your marketing about your product or service. So truth about who you are, truth about what you provide, and then integrity, which means consistency with what you promise and what you actually deliver. So again, it's easy to promise all kinds of stuff when you're trying to make the sale. And there's been all kinds of Dilbert cartoons about that, right? Sales guys are out making all kinds of promises, and the engineers want to kill them when they get back because they can't build or deliver that particular thing. So that is a key piece. Again, it is so key. Truth in your story, truth about your product, and integrity in your delivery. Then talked about the 5 words that govern my life and my business, okay? I always speak the truth. I always keep my word, which is integrity. I am fully present in every moment. Presence. I build my life on a foundation of love, and I approach every interaction with an intention of service. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect in any of those areas, but those are the 5 words that govern my life and my authenticity: truth, integrity, presence, love, and service. And I devise those with their accompanying statements intentionally to keep me focused, to keep me delivering integrity and authenticity to you, my clients, and to anyone that interacts with my marketing. We said that that authenticity had to be in your marketing, in the benefits you promise, and in the delivery of those benefits. Marketing, authenticity and integrity in your marketing. Tell the truth. Don't lie about your benefits or stretch them. Tell the truth. And then when you deliver, be all in. Be all there. That's really what makes business work these days. Okay? We are less and less impressed with noisy stories. We are more impressed with real truth. The last thing I talked about 2 weeks ago is a question about what is your value statement. What is the succinct statement of your values? So let me give you an example. Let me ask you a question. If an ideal prospect tripped over you right now, one who is actively looking for your product or service, and looked up at you and said, why you? What makes you the answer instead of just another option? Can you answer that question in 2 sentences or less? Clearly, succinctly, and powerfully. If you can't, your business is in trouble and your competitors are going to eat you alive. Creating a value statement that clearly says what you do, that's authentic, true, and right, and then being able to deliver it that way is key. So then there's several parts to that. My value statement is I help business owners, you watching this, double, triple, or even 10 times their income so they can have the lifestyle they want, create the legacy they choose, and serve the family and community they love. That's what I actually do with Speed to Profit marketing and the coaching that accompanies that. People then ask me, how do you do that? Well, there's 3 parts. One is your personal story. To discover, develop, and deliver your personal story. Part 2 is to turn that personal story into your unique selling advantage, unique service advantage, unique selling proposition, call it whatever you want, but create separation, uniqueness with that. And then 3, become authentic and powerful, develop that rapport and trust through video, because video is the way to reach more people faster at a deeper, more connected level than any other kind of marketing, and incidentally, any other kind of product and service delivery. That's why I coach on video, so I can actually connect far better with my clients and get them better results, more money, to their targets faster and better. So again, what is your value statement? Okay, now today we're going to move further into authenticity and cover that exactly how do you do it? How do you show up authentically? Well, the first question I need you to answer is, what is your why? Why are you in business? I don't know. You may not know either, or you may have a vague idea. what I do with coaching clients is I ask them, why are you in business? Well, I need to make money. Okay, fine. Why do you need to make money? Well, I need to pay my bills. Why do you need to pay my bills? Well, I need to provide for myself and my family. Why do you need to provide for your family? Because it's a commitment that I made. It's at the core of my being. I provide for those that I love. Oh, okay, now you tell me why you're in business. You are in business because at the core of your being, you provide for those that you love because it's right. Oh, okay, now I know why you're in business. All the rest of that stuff is just fluff. So when you think about your why, that is a key question. And I'll tell you what my why is. My why is I love. It is my calling to help people make the most of their gifts and talents. Everybody has gifts and talents. Some are bigger than others. Some you spend a lot of time developing. Some occur more naturally. Some you use and then you lose over time and you don't do them as well as you used to. But there are core gifts and talents that you have that let you create value and let you add good to the world. My why is I love to help people make the most of their gifts and talents. Renee Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. My word is I empower, therefore I am. We did a fun exercise at Alex Mondoson's Hangout Challenge event, and I came up with that word. I empower, therefore I am. I create the space and the power and the vision and the opportunity for people to realize awesome, often impossible goals. And I do that because I love it. It makes me feel powerful, valued. It makes me know I'm doing good. And so it is at the very core. Sorry, the distraction. Alert popped up on my screen and I had to dismiss it. It is at the very core of my being. So I help people make the most of their gifts and talents because I love the feeling that that creates for me and for them. And those people might be my family, they might be my children, they might be my wife, they might be anyone. And sometimes I get paid for it and sometimes I don't. But in business I get paid and paid well and it's great. In personal things I do exactly the same thing. But it's volunteer work. But it's the same thing for the same reason. And that's the thing I love doing. And so that is my why. What is yours? What is your why? Write it down. It may change over time. You may, write something down today that you look at it in a day or two or three or a week and go, oh, that's kind of, I like it, but that doesn't really get to my, deepest feeling. It should resonate with you on a really, really deep level. Okay? Now, how can you do that? How can you show up authentically in marketing in a way that is true and reflects your why? The deepest why that you have. So for me, for example, helping people maximize their gifts and talents, I love to help people. I coach businesses. I coach marketing. I coach hangouts. I coach acting. I coach music. I coach personal breakthrough work. Everything about it is designed to help someone maximize their gifts and talents. And right now, for example, Speed Drop Marketing, the entire event, it's a really small event, like a dozen people. All of the effort and energy is spent on maximizing their business, one at a time individually, or in small groups of 2 or 3. And that's what the entire 3 days is about. Again, very consistent with my why. Now, how do you show up? Well, so the first thing that it takes is a deeply rooted, powerful decision. A decision that you are going to show up authentically, right to your core. No hype, no noise, no fakery. I'm going to be authentic all the way. I am who I am. I do the things that I do for the reason that you've already established your why. And I am going to be that person and do that business 100% all the way. This right here that we're talking about is the reason that your personal story is such a key, an integral part of your advantage, your value. The question I asked you a while ago, what's your advantage? Why you? Well, that answer comes from your personal experience, your personal story, your unique approach to the gifts and talents that you have. Playing the piano. Many people play the piano. each person that is accomplished plays it differently, different emotion, different nuances. Different people sing the same song. You have different versions of a song. Some have been wildly popular and some not. Why? The emotion, the feeling and power brought to the circumstance based on the individual. So the idea that you personally don't bring much to your business is just nonsense. You are the key ingredient. Remember the Kung Fu Panda, right? You open the scroll and there's a mirror. The secret ingredient was him. That's not just a saying. The secret ingredient in your business is you. Your unique perspective, talent, willingness, skill, empathy, power. That's it. The question isn't, is that true? It is true. The question is, okay, how do I find that uniqueness, and then how do I tie it to my business delivery in a way that sets me completely apart? And that's where authenticity comes in. So if you make a permanent, powerful, firm decision, I am going to be authentic in my business. And that is not just, I'm going to tell dirty laundry. That's not it at all. I'm going to be authentic in business and then realizing, truthfully, that is where your power comes from. Because your authenticity, your experience, your uniqueness is what gives your business character and flavor. Now, some businesses have hundreds of thousands of clients. I used Home Depot as an example, not because there's anything wrong with them. I love them. I buy appliances there. I buy bolts there. I buy everything there that I need for my home. I don't have a relationship with either Home Depot or anyone at the store, any of them, ever. I go buy it. It is a do-it completely yourself with no instruction place for me. Now, there are other people that have a different relationship with Home Depot. They take classes. They learn how to lay tile. And they learn how to do things. And so for them, it becomes a do-it with some help store, right? Your authenticity, your truth, will be wherever it is on that scale. But first of all, deciding that's how you're going to do your business, and second of all, pinpointing your why, and then tying that to how you craft and deliver your services is the switch. That is the key that sets you apart. So the way I craft and deliver my services is with personal attention and power. I take a powerful personal interest in your individual success. When you win, I win. I love it. So I am very involved in all of my clients' businesses, not in their day-to-day operation, but in their strategy. And when I think about it, I think all that I can about what can I add from a marketing perspective, how can I help them find more clients, what can I teach them about how to use their story in a way to draw those clients to them and be authentic so that they're in full alignment and integrity with their why, their purpose. So that's the first thing. How you can be authentic is first decide to do it. The second piece is create a plan. Wow, novel idea. Create a plan. Okay. Today I will be authentic. Tomorrow I will be authentic again. The next day also. That's not what I mean. So how are you going to get a story about who you are to the world? And more importantly, not to the world, but to your ideal potential client. How are you going to do that? That's the plan. So you've decided to be authentic and real and connect with them on that level of rapport. How you're going to do that is not just how in general, specifically how you're going to do it. So there are lots of ways to do it. Social media has exploded in the last few years and given you an awesome platform to do that. Excuse me. It has given you an awesome platform to be able to communicate authentically with anybody you want. And the fun part is social media ads, particularly on Facebook, can be targeted so specifically that they only show up for people you want them to see. So you can have a conversation with ideal clients, just like this. Show up in their newsfeed with a video with you in an authentic state talking about something you know they need. Wow. How incredibly targeted and cool is that? So that's the first plan. Create a plan. One part might be, all right, I'm going to create a specific social media strategy. That means post this kind of content that is in the language of my ideal customer, talking about things that are important to them. I'm going to do that so many times a week. Then I'm also going to post some authentic things about me. I love cats. I love dogs. I've got this fun story. I've got this terrible story. I have this heartache. I've got this illness. I've got these problems. People love to know about your personal story. Now, it isn't a sob corner, and it isn't a feel sorry for me pity party, but it is a place to authentically get to know someone. You know people that whine too much. They're not fun to be around, so I'm not pretending that that's something you should do. But you also know people that you like being around, and you like them more because you know stuff about them, and they know stuff about you. That connection creates rapport. That is powerful and available in business. Imagine doing business with people who met your business needs powerfully, and at the same time you actually really liked them. You knew something about them, and it's like doing business with a friend all the time. Can you see how the internet and social media have given us that opportunity? You can do business with people you like and who are world-class at solving the problem that you have. I'm going to say that again. You can do business with people that you like who are in desperate need of your world-class expertise. Now, if you're looking for something, you can do business with people you like who are world-class at solving your problem. If you're providing a service, you can do business with people you like who are in desperate, anxious need of the world-class service you provide. Think about that. That is so powerful. And no wonder the business is moving that way. Since that capability exists, why would you do business with somebody else that you don't like, that may not provide such service, when you have the opportunity to do business in the world-class arena with somebody that solves your problem perfectly? Same way around. Why would your potential clients do business with someone else when they can do it with you if you position yourself as the answer? Why would they go anywhere else? That is the beauty of speed to profit marketing. That is the beauty of learning how to tie Hangouts and YouTube and targeted Facebook ads and all of your blog and all of the ways that you show up authentically, both about your business, about your why, and about your person, yourself, and tying those all together with a big, beautiful bow of authenticity. Wow. How powerful. No wonder this is such a radical change and explosion. That's why the money triangle works. I know you don't know what it is, but go back and watch those Hangouts, and you will. So if it's so easy and so powerful to do business that way, why don't we do it? Why don't we show up authentically with our stories? I just told you how. Create a decision to do it, create a plan, and then execute that plan. Okay, figure out exactly what it means, create a plan, and then execute. Those words are easy, so people don't. Over and over again, every single one, every single one of my clients, without exception, needs huge help in this area. Why? Why is it so hard to be authentic? Well, I have a couple of points that we're going to talk about. Here are three reasons. One, we're afraid. We are afraid we suck. We are afraid we're not important. We're afraid somebody's going to laugh at us. We're afraid of a feeling we're going to have if somebody throws tomatoes at us, or worse yet, if we throw a party and nobody comes. Yawn. How boring. Who cares? That's not fun. That's a devastating blow to the ego until you remember that marketing is a test and everything is a test, and if this doesn't work, so what? Do something else. But fear is one of the big reasons we do not show up. Okay, so after how you can do it, we talked about what is your why, I'm sorry. Here's where we are now. Barriers, what is holding you back? Is it fear? Are you afraid? Are you afraid of being ridiculed, laughed at? The second one is significance. Are you afraid that you don't count? You're not important? What you have to contribute is not big enough? Am I really important enough to help someone? Do I really know enough? Wow, what a terrifying and terrible thought, right? So that's one reason. One is fear. I'm afraid to be laughed at. I'm afraid I'm not good enough. I'm afraid I will be ridiculed. I'm afraid it won't make a difference. It's like fear of public speaking. You don't want to look stupid, right? The second one is I'm afraid I'm not significant. I have a fear of being insignificant. My camera's gone out of focus. Yippee! All right, so I'm afraid that my significance is 0 on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And the last one is maybe we're not quite sure what our gift is or how to give it or that it matters to somebody, right? That our gift, our talent, or gifts and talents are not, they're not big enough. It won't make a difference. Well, I can tell you that is the reason that I do what I do, because we can solve all of these problems, right? Fear is a temporary situation. Significance is directly proportional to the effort that you put into stuff, and fear is simply a feeling of a future feeling. Fear is I'm worried that I'm going to feel bad later. Now, there are physical things, like a lion's going to eat you or you're going to fall off a cliff. 98% of fears are not that. They are simply fear of a future feeling. So fears can be overcome. Your gifts and talents can be developed to where they're massively significant. And the third one is your gifts can be honed and developed and shared with an audience that's desperate for them. And that's the fun part. In old interruption-style advertising, you put a billboard up on the wall or on the highway and it said, accident, call this, 1-800 will help you or something, right? And maybe 1 in 1,000 people that drove by had an accident or cared about that. The other 999 didn't. You don't have to advertise or market that way anymore. You can market so like the billboard only shows up when an accident victim drives by. That's how powerful the current internet opportunities are if you elect to use them. So those are some of the barriers. Those are some of the reasons we don't show up in authenticity, even though we could. All right, so next, and the good news is they're all solvable. They're all solvable in short order. In a couple, 3 months, you're going to be past all that and be having massive marketing and massive presence. It's possible. I know it. I've helped clients do it. I've done it, and it's absolutely within the realm of possibility. And all that it takes is, so what are the steps? Well, first of all, is the plan. Are you actually willing to do something? Do you want this marketing stuff to just distill from heaven in your brain and suddenly clients show up like manna? It doesn't happen that way. There are steps, there are actions you have to take. But if you're willing to do them, it's not a mystery. The steps are clear, they're laid out, and they're visible, and they're doable. But they take some work. So the steps is take that plan, break it into small steps, and then have some follow-through. You're saying, Kellan, this is so obvious. Take a plan, make little goals, some follow-through. You know what? It is obvious. And 99% of your competitors do not do this. And the ones that do win. So if you're in business and you want to win, let's talk. Watch these speed to profit marketing videos. Send me a private message on Facebook. Let's talk about how to apply these to your story, your personal story, to create your unique selling advantage, to get you that irresistible #1 positioning. 3 steps. Remember my value statement. Double, triple, 10 times your income so you can have the lifestyle you want, create the legacy you choose, and serve the family and community you love. How? We're going to discover, develop, and deliver your personal story. Then taking that, we're going to create a powerful, compelling, unique service advantage that lets you position yourself, 3rd step, as the #1 authority in the market so that you become the answer, not just another alternative, right? Another alternative, I'll come back later. How often do you go searching for something and that might work, and then you can't even find your way back to the website? Maybe you bookmarked it, maybe you didn't. Next time you look at it, it's kind of whatever. Lost its pizzazz, right? Okay. Those are the steps. Make a plan. Small steps. Follow through. Do you know what the best way is to do this? To make a plan, to take small steps and to follow through. The time-tested, most powerful, best way to do this. Do you know what it is? Get a coach. Get a mentor. Get someone who has walked the ropes with you that can help create in you the confidence to be authentic, to show up authentically. So we have talked about authenticity. We talked in the first one 3 weeks ago why it was so critical, particularly in this digital age of complete disclosure. We talked 2 weeks ago about what it is. What does it look like? And today we've talked about how you can do this with your personal story, creating a unique service advantage that relates to you as the secret ingredient. And then third, parlay that with this, again, there's a process with a series of steps and some follow-through into that irresistible #1 positioning so that you are the answer in your niche and not just another option. So I'm going to go back to the question I asked a little while ago. If an ideal prospect tripped over you, one desperate for your products and services, and looked up and said, why you? What makes you the answer and not just another alternative? If you can't answer that confidently, clearly, and in 2 sentences or less, you're toast. Because your competitors are going to eat you alive, and they're going to figure this out, and they're going to do it. I hear in conference after conference that I go to now, people talking finally about authenticity, about showing up really, and all of those things that I've been preaching for 3 years. It is becoming vogue. It is becoming mainstream. People are going to catch on. You can get a competitive advantage by doing it now, by doing it thoroughly and completely, and in a transparent way, or you can wait until everyone else is and then say, wow, I should get on that wagon and try and carve yourself a piece. The one advantage you have is that you are you. That is your powerful advantage. Learning how to turn that advantage into money and cash so people pour money on you is the secret sauce of speed to profit marketing. That is our authenticity. So our review so far in authenticity, the first one I mentioned it, we'll do a quick review again. Why does authenticity matter? Well, you know what? Telling the truth gets you paid. Telling the truth gets you paid. Being authentic gets you paid. It also helps many clients and creates a great relationship. That's a great reason why. The reason to be authentic is so that you can create great relationships with your clients, help them with a lot of problems, and get paid a lot of money. That's why. What authenticity looks like is, we talked about that before, authenticity in your marketing, promising things that are true and right. Don't exaggerate your benefits. Be truthful about them. Be transparent about who you are, your motivations and why, and then deliver impeccably on your service. What authenticity is was the second one. The third one today is how to do it. How to do it is using your personal story, being willing to create a plan, being vulnerable, expose your not your dirty laundry, but expose your authentic soul. Why are you in business? Answer the why for yourself, and then be willing to share that openly with your clients. Stay connected. First of all, get connected. Create that rapport. Okay? So that's the review. Speed to profit marketing is the world's best system for creating compelling story and defining unique value. There is nothing else like it. So if you want some help creating compelling story and defining your unique value, let's talk. www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com/event, and let's talk about what that might do for you. I bet everyone, I bet everyone that comes to the event personally. The reason I do that is I want to make sure that this is right for them. I am not in clients that they're not willing to take action. They're not hungry to change. They're not ready. That doesn't do them any good. It's frustrating for them. That doesn't do me any good. So the people that come to the event are powerful. They're changing. They're moving. They're adapting, and they're implementing quickly. If that stirs you and says, wow, I need to have some of that, then this is the place for you. Speed to Profit Marketing, 9th to 11th is Desert Retreat. The URL is there, www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com. So there is a gift for you. Something that I developed specifically for my $40,000 mastermind. I'm going to give it to you if you want it. www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com/story1. www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com/story1. Let me tell you what this is. I've talked a whole bunch today about your personal story. Most of my clients, in fact all of them, have no idea how to turn their personal story into what I call customer hooks and magnets, or more importantly, into cash. How do you turn your story into cash? Well, after we get past the arguments of my story's not important, that nothing I ever did was good, and who cares, which is not true for anyone, and I've never found anyone that I think, wow, you're just boring, I got nothing to help you with. Never happened. The next step is, okay, how do I turn that into powerful hooks and magnets? There's a process. It's not complicated. I teach you that process in something I call the story template, or the story magnifier, the story script. But it's a way to think about the personal events in your life. The good ones, the bad ones, the powerful ones, the funny ones, and how they shaped you, and then how to turn that into something for your client. So if you want that, again, it's something actually I only teach at my high-end mastermind. So I'm going to give it to you today for watching. speedtoprofitmarketing.com/story1. Claim it. You'd be, well, if you don't want to, I don't know why. But hey, our next hangout on air is going to be Wednesday, June 4th at noon, Pacific time. Wednesday, June 4th, Pacific time. That hangout is going to be fun because we're going to talk about preparations for the event, which is the following week. So next Wednesday, June 4th at noon Pacific time, we're going to have a hangout talking about our event. And I may have some guests on. I haven't decided yet. I'll see. I may have some guests that are coming to the event, depending on schedules and things. But anyway, so we're going to talk about the Speed to Profit Marketing Intensive, what it does, why it might be for you, and how to get involved if it's something that you are just feeling like, I got to have this for my business. Okay, now I'm going to take a look real quick and see if there are any questions. I have some written here. I came over from staff a little bit ago, and we'll answer these. First one is, why is authenticity so big now? You know, I can make up a bunch of reasons, but the main reason I think is because people are tired. Two things. People are tired of lies, fakes, sham people, and garbage. I am. Aren't you? Aren't you tired of being duped and scammed every time you come online? Letters from, foreign banks, and they're trying to give you $1 million, and they're trying to robbing you here and there. And I hear these stories of scams. I'm tired of that, frankly. And so what that does for you and I is it puts up a wall. We're jaded. We don't want to talk to anybody. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. And the only time we come out from behind that wall is when we're looking for something. We have a problem and we're trying to solve it. That's when we come out from behind that wall. So authenticity is so big now because people are tired of garbage. The other reason it is so big now is because of technology. It's possible to be authentic in front of everybody in the world. There's 2.5 billion people roughly connected to the internet. That number's going up. That's over a third of people in the world have access. 1 billion people a month come to YouTube. YouTube is the largest search engine. Video, YouTube, 1 billion people a month, 2.5 billion people connected. You can reach anybody. If you're fake, you don't get a lot of chances. There's trillions, literally trillions of websites. So why would you waste 1 second? Be fake, inauthentic, so that people can, the BS meter can go off, boom, they delist you, right? Get out of here. Google's algorithm changes are moving in that direction. Anything that is not congruent, the keywords with the content, delisted, gone. And they're doing it on purpose. Why? Because that's what you and I want as consumers. So that's why it's so important. And then another question is, were folks already authentic? Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. Maybe you play with facades. Maybe you acted differently towards your customer. I don't know. But authenticity is king. And if you want to stay in business and have your business grow and thrive, be authentic. Do I get personal attention with group coaching? Okay, yeah, I talked about that. There is some personal attention with the group coaching. What we do in the group coaching is, it's a group call, and I'm teaching one of the Speed to Profit principles, but I also have people submit stuff ahead of time to talk about a particular aspect or questions, and also there's a hot seat opportunity. So we're going to structure it so that there will be a hot seat if someone's asked for it, and so you can actually get a few minutes of laser coaching, personal attention, in the group format. So it is powerful, it is incredible, it is an opportunity not to be missed if you're interested in blowing up your business. If you're happy with the results you have and you want to stay where you are, hey, good for you. I'm glad you're thrilled. If, on the other hand, you feel lost, you feel like you're stuck, and you don't know what to do to get more attention, and your clients are not converting like you want them to, or prospect, there's something wrong with your marketing. We can fix it. Now, you can either dismiss all this, or you can take advantage. Whatever your gut is telling you right now, pay attention. This is an opportunity that's calling to you. Don't procrastinate again. Thank you for coming to attend our hangout today, our third one on authenticity. That completes the trifecta of authenticity. It's a powerful topic and worth every minute that we spend on it. Be interested in your comments. Please continue to put them in the comment box below. If you do, I'll get back to you and I'll answer those comments there. Thank you again for attending. Share this video on YouTube with whoever you think needs the message. If you want to talk to me, there's a couple of contact ways. And if that event or the coaching rings a bell and says I need to do that, private message on Facebook, Kellan Fluckiger. Hit me up, or www.speedtoprofitmarketing.com/event. Love to talk with you. Love to help your business get blasted off to the next level. We'll see you in the next hangout.